Tinder, as well as Netflix and chill, happens to be the trend nowadays. And it has been on the rise since the past 8 years, 2010. What I find very disheartening is the fact that, people see relationships as a waste of time. And it can be if you are with the wrong person. And people see marriage as a practice that has been deemed obsolete. Now, people are afraid to get hurt, so they have casual flings, casual hookups, but all they're doing is filling in a void. That's what I have seen, and that's what people have told me from time and time again. Now, I don't believe in doing the whole casual flings thing, simply because I think that, whenever there's a casual hookup or casual fling, the first thing that comes out of someone else's mouth is, it just didn't mean anything. It was just a hookup. He didn't mean anything to me. She didn't mean anything to me. He didn't mean anything to me. It was all fun. It was just nothing. They say it was just sex. And when someone says that about you, that means you didn't mean anything to them. They just took advantage of you, of the fact that, you were interested in them. They used you for their pleasure. And I consider myself a valuable person, which is why I don't do that kind of thing. And 9 times out of 10, someone is bound to fall in love. I've seen it when it comes to others who were, friends with benefits. And I was also told, not just told, but I have seen this and heard this from time and time again that, oh, he didn't mean anything to me. It was like, oh, she didn't mean anything. She was just someone I slept with. That means in their eyes that you were seen as someone worthless. And that's why I didn't do that kind of stuff growing up. Because I don't want to be seen as a worthless person. I know my value. And I know my worth. This is why I have standards. And this is why I would never do that. If I did it, it would be instant regret for me. And I would have to live with that for the rest of my life. It's a fact. But you see, it seems easier to take the easy way out. You just sleep around, have your fun, whatever it is. But when you look back on it, it just ends up filling you with loneliness and some regret. The regret being that you don't have a companion by your side. You don't have anyone to love you and cherish you. No one's by your side even after your parents pass away and you're all alone in this world. It's a scary thought. You delve deeper into this. But and people say that marriage is obsolete. It's an old tradition that, is old and nobody's doing it. People seem to have a very pessimistic view of marriage because they grew up with they're products of divorced parents. And they refer to it as being tied down. And, and especially with the divorce rates that are going up more and more and more and more, this is why nowadays only 50% of couples are married in the United States. Now, I think people have this perspective of marriage because in the United States, marriage is just a business. Marriage has never been anything sacred, only to those who are religious and those who are not afraid of commitment. I think this is why people don't want to be in relationships or have any kind of commitment, because they're scared of being hurt. Trust me, I get it. You don't want to face that pain again and again and again. I'm not saying take me as an example, but in my case, I've been hurt many times. And I'm not going to sit here and act like, oh, I'm afraid of commitment. No, 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 no. I'm not afraid of getting hurt. And that pain might just be worse than the last time I got hurt. It's totally fine. Pain will only make me stronger. You know the saying, whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger? That's the bottom line with me. And here's what I also tell people. Um, and and here's what I always keep hearing, like, you have to kiss like a lot of frogs until you find like the right one. You know, you kiss a lot of frogs to meet your prince. I mean, a guy has to kiss a lot of frogs until he meets, the princess or the queen of his dreams or whatever they say. For the guys, I'm not even sure. But here's the thing. To avoid being hurt, I know for a fact that the solution is not Tinder as well as Netflix and chilling, which is the dumbest code word for hooking up. It's ridiculous. How's that going to solve any problems? You're only, you know, delving into more pain by, um, what's it called? Creating a void in your heart. I mean, you're only trying to fill in a void. But once you fill that void, that's only going to put you in more pain. Because you're trying to find something that can't be found. And taking the easy way out may feel good, but in the long run, it's just going to hurt you more. So why do something that's not going to benefit you and not going to benefit anyone else? Having intercourse, that's a very temporary thing. So temporary. You feel good in the long run, but then you want more and more and more of it. Then what? It's not going to get you anywhere. I think people are afraid of marriage and relationships because of commitment, and commitment due to the fact they have been hurt. They have went through a divorce, and they don't want to go through that pain of being in debt after divorce and a whole bunch of other things. And people have a bad perspective of marriage because marriage is a business in the United States. It's only something special only during the day they get married. But for most couples, it's about the reasons why people get divorced because of infidelity and money. And money becomes everything. And it's a business too because there are lawyers involved and you have to go to an office and they put a lot of emphasis on a contract, and weddings, they cost a lot of money, and parties, and it's good business for everybody. Everybody's reaping the benefits except for the married couple. Maybe the woman might get a lot of money because of she might inherit a lot from the man, but that's it. But other than that, I think it's safe to say that if marriage is a business, then you know, uh, then that doesn't really show the humanity in who we are as people who love one another. Because if this is how you see it, then of course we're not. Of course, it's going to take the humanity out of us. I mean, that's how I see it. But yeah, that's my take on marriage and relationships, on society nowadays. And honestly, I think this kind of behavior can be a little disgusting. I mean, especially with creeps on the internet. I mean, I've been approached and offered, a hookup, and a lot of girls, some of them who were attracted to me, they just wanted me just for temporary fun and pleasure. And I'm not the one to waste my time on someone if I'm only going to be used for their pleasure, for just a split moment, whether it was through the internet and in person. That's what I've experienced, and I had to say no because I'm not that type of man. And I do not appreciate that kind of gesture or offer because I see too much value in myself to be used for a one night stand. Because people are just gonna say like, "Oh, he didn't mean anything." Like, he was just for fun. It was just sex," they say. I don't see how anyone can say that when that has the power to bring life on Earth. When I hear people say it's just sex, then I can't help but respond, "Oh, you can stab yourself in the heart, in the chest. It's just a heart." That's just my response. It's a bothersome issue I wanted to speak out on, and my 2 cents in. Thank you for watching.